joining us?
I think he's gonna be a little behind this morning, but
Okay,
yeah.
no worries. All right, I'm ready when you are.
All right. All right, hey guys, welcome to Friday. It's August 30th, 2019. Friday, we're day 8 into the live stream. So, thanks a lot for joining us. If you've had a chance to check us out, I really do appreciate that. And I've got Soto on the line here as well. Mitchell will be joining us later. But Soto, how you doing this morning, man?
Doing well, buddy. Good morning and good Friday.
Absolutely, absolutely, great Friday. So no matter what happens, it's going to be a great day, right? So
That's
no matter what happens in the market, it'll be a good day. So we're just very thankful for that. But just real quick, guys, kind of you see the disclaimers on there. Just the usual, read through those real quick and kind of understand that this is an educational site, and anything we do here is not a recommendation. Okay, that's the main thing. Understand anything you do from this point based on something we might do is on your own action and on terms, so to speak. So, but we're not, definitely not making any recommendations. All right, so we got that out of the way. So let's pull up a chart here, shall we? All right. So let me know when you can see my chart there, so don't.
all right. I will.
Like I said, Mitchell should be joining us here pretty soon. All right, so let me go ahead and while we're waiting just for a second for my chart to show up, let me kind of just run through the the description again briefly of the channel. That way,
Look at the chart up.
all right, good, awesome, thank you. So, just again, I just want to welcome you to the YouTube channel here. Um, we want this to be a really good and very positive experience for you. So, and an important part of that is you guys chiming in, kind of entering the chat and making yourself known, I guess, and give us a little bit of constructive criticism there. If or you want to learn something differently, whatever it should be, we want you to be a part of the program here. So. From the channel description, you can see that. I'm not going to go too detailed in that, but you can drop down in the channel description there under the video and kind of learn a little bit more. To just start out with the auto trader, you can kind of learn a little bit more about that if that has any interest to you. Um, excuse me. Our social media sites there, but from a description standpoint, this is a free educational trading channel, okay, and we want you to understand that and realize that, and it's a beginner's channel and an experienced trader's channel, so there's a wide range of experience here, even from the instructors. So we want you to understand that we kind of see all different sides of it. Um, we want you to interact, like I'd said earlier, and no matter if you're just a brand new trader, that doesn't even know what the market is, don't even know what the futures are, you just kind of stumbled onto this channel. We want you to ask questions, okay? This is a very positive area, very respectful to each other, and very encouraging. Okay, that's a big part of what we want to do here. So, like I said, we encourage you to ask questions, okay, and make comments. And if you choose to do so, make sure those are very positive and encouraging to others, okay? Um, the channel, we have 3 instructors here, myself and 2 others, which is Mitchell and Soto, and we'll all kind of have a little bit different perspective and trading actually and personality differences. So, which is great. So that kind of you can see that in our trading and how we do that, which is really good because I think it's a good range so other people might associate or feel comfortable about each of us a little differently and how they kind of like what we do, maybe a little bit differently based on personality. So, but it's all the same method for the most part, as far as how we do it. But we'll talk through it, and so it's very good for that purposes. So, so that's so from the channel standpoint, again, just be positive, be respectful, encourage others. There's a few rules here to follow, but I'll let you do that. I'm not going to get too in detail there, but take the time, read the description, and kind of get familiar with who we are. All right. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So with all that out of the way, let's kind of start watching, talking, and trading. Soto.
All right. Um, I think for again, we probably briefly covered this in the past, but you first come in, 7:30, 8 o'clock. You turn your computer on, you got everything going. What is the first thing you do? Again, I already know you go back and look at your for a supply and demand zone. Is that the first thing you do?
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, I just kind of, from macro view down to a micro view, which our micro view is basically a 5 minute chart, so I do that. I kind of always kind of start from the outside just a little bit, not too far out, just on the hourly chart, and I'll back it out and I'll show you right here. That's all I do is just change it to an hourly time frame and check it out and just kind of see from a bigger standpoint, a bigger picture standpoint, where are our major support and resistance areas and supply and demand zones. I kind of look at those from a bigger standpoint, and then I'll just drill down to our 5 minute. That's really all I do. It's very simple. We're not. Had we if we were swing traders or something like that, we would definitely be on a different time frame than a 5 minute, and I would have more emphasis on the 60-minute chart, and possibly a daily to a weekly chart. But we're not swing traders here. We're just looking to get 1 point. That's the reason this is the Titan Future is 1 point a day challenge, kind of speak, and we want you to get good at getting 1 point. So we drill down to the 5 minute and go from there. But that's the basic routine, man. Very short and sweet, not overcomplicated, right? Not looking too much into it. We just have our chart set up, which is we just have volume, and then I have some swing lines there just to kind of help visually point out swings, and highs and lows, and that's it, man. I mean, not much more to it than that. We keep it simple and basic here, so that's what's cool about it. So it doesn't take a lot of prep, I guess you could say. So that's what I do. Yep, that's what I do.
Good.
That's it. That's it. How about yourself? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, prior you teaching me the 60 minute option, I just look at the 5 minute charts, and I look at I will go back one day and just kind of look to see any supply or demand zones that have not been triggered. And really, and this may sound a little funny, but I actually, in the last 3 months or so, I haven't done that. I really just wait for a new zone to be created, an intraday zone from today's market, from 8 o'clock forward, or 7 o'clock forward. So I'll go back a couple hours, but I really feel, and I don't know what it is. I don't think it's being lazy, just because it's not that hard to go back a day. But just a couple of hours before, and as we go forward, I create a new zone. I've done that, and I think I've done really well. I think it gives me more confidence because I'm seeing the zone being formed. And again, this is just me. So, but I see it being formed, so I see the good, push out and everything, and the hesitation it had when it was leaving. But you can see that also going back, obviously. But to me, I just kind of done that in the last couple weeks or so, and our months, and it's done really well. But I'm starting to go back about a day, and then I'm also looking at the 1 hour window now. So it's 1 hour candles rather. So, and I'm trying to work on that, learn that from what you've taught me. So.
Yeah, no, I like everything you just said. I think that's one of the cool things about it when you can kind of see fresh volume, price action from a new standpoint, and obviously what's happening most currently is the most important thing, right? As far as price action goes, what's happening now is most important. So the more fresh, especially from a supply and demand zone area and support and resistance, what's happening right now is going to get more respect than what's happened in the past, in the present. So it is good that you do that. I think that's great that you kind of build those on a current time frame, and as we all do. And I think it's just good, like you said, to just kind of Uh, take a look at the bigger picture just for a second. Don't look too much into it, but just be aware um,
Right.
of where the major turns are that are happening on a larger time frame. Because when we kind of get to those areas on our 5 minute, we can expect at that point to definitely find a supply and demand zone inside that area that we can get our good trade out of. It just gives more confidence, more confluence into the trade opportunity there. So I like everything you just said. That's good. I like it.
Good. Good.
Simple, right, man? We keep it simple here, and that's a
That's
big,
right.
big thing, man. Keeping it simple. Some people don't like that. Some people think that's crazy. It's you're not doing enough, or you're making it too simple. But that's kind of the whole point, right? I mean, the simpler, the better. I mean, I think, and that goes for most anything in life.
Yeah.
The more simple, the better. And trading's no different, man. we want to we want to boil things down and get rid of all the junk if we can. I know a lot of people have gotten really comfortable and rely on that, on indicators and a lot of things going on, and that's okay. That might just be their personality to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what we choose to do, and not what um, I've been much more successful keeping things simple than I have making it complicated. Um, I just rather leave it that way, and you and Mitchell both tend to like it that way. It seems like,
We do.
and I think once you realize the power and the potential of one point, instead of trying to make tons of points on a daily basis, if you just and that's something maybe we need to do, and I might just let you kind of do that because you've created a spreadsheet that's very powerful, showing what one point a day will do. And it might be something we kind of do a video on some point in time here on why we go for one point a day and what that can do and how important it is for us to make that one point. And because it 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 compounds pretty impressively. So I mean, it's going to be like anything else. It's going to start slow, and you're going to have to gain a lot of discipline to be patient and relax, and then but once you've accomplished that, I think you'll find that one point a day compounds very nicely. Would you agree with that, Soto?
100 right there. 100%.
Good, yeah. So and that
Um,
might not be enough for some people, and that's okay. I mean, it's definitely everybody's got a different personality. And that's what makes trading great is everybody can find what they want to find out there, and because there's a trading channel out there for everybody, to what you like and what you dislike.
that's right.
So that's what's cool. That's what makes the world go around. Everybody's a little different. So
Yep.
yeah,
Well, thank you for sharing that. And thanks for sharing your how you find your supply and demand zones. I know, I know when I started, you probably remember very well that I probably asked you a million questions. So, um,
as you
and I
should.
and I still do. So, but I just want to ask questions that I feel like I would have asked and continue to ask. So that's why I was asking those.
Yeah, perfect. No, I want you to continue to do that because, like I said, I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, so I might tend to take things for granted and just assume some stuff,
Right.
and that's not good, and I know that, and so I think it's great that you have the different perspectives that can be provided here and allow for different questions to be asked. Because I can promise you, if you've got the question, somebody else is thinking of that question, they're just not asking it. And so that's great. Ask all the questions you can ask, and I mean that helps the channel, helps educate people, and keeps the channel flowing, which is good. Or the live stream flowing, I guess you should say. And so the more questions, the better for sure.
Good. All right. So I'm looking at your chart now. Unfortunately, I have a small window here, and my connection is not probably the best. That's why your screen comes out to not be the best I think it can be for me. But what I can see, you have I think a similar zone that I have highlighted, the 710 um, for supply.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. So from what I can see, it's come right to the bottom of it. I don't know if it's gone into it, but I think it's gone right to the bottom of it.
Hmm.
Will you still consider trading out of that zone, even though I think it's been touched at the very bottom
Yeah, I
multiple?
will. If everything lines up and price gets up into deeper into this area, somewhere around the 29, 45, 50 area, you know, which is kind of in this area right here. That's 29, 45, 50. I would consider a trade into there as long as prices and volume and everything is slowing down and kind of still showing some respect there, because we have a lot of selling going on right there still. We're getting into resistance area right there. So, yeah, absolutely, I would still consider that. This is not a triggered enough zone. I mean, it went one tick into that. It looks like. Let's see here. We have a 45. Really just bumped right up against it, so really didn't get into it too much. But I bumped into it. So yeah, I would definitely still take a trade out of that. Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. And yeah, I think I would agree with you there. I think I was looking at the 2945.5 because I'm looking at the 630, what it says, 640. Hold on. 3940.
645.
Yeah, I think let's see, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, 645, the wick high.
Yeah.
Looking at the resistance there.
Yep. That's at 75 right there. That's at 45.75. So
Okay.
yeah, so 45, like yeah, I think we both agreed up 45.50 is a 45 and a half. There is a good entry. I think I'm comfortable with that entry. If volume lines up, I'm comfortable with that. So we'll kind of keep an eye on it.
All right.
Yeah. So that's all I see going on at present right now. And as far as the immediate chart terms, that's kind of all I see going on. Um, we might find we kind of got a demand zone down here at the bottom, but we'll kind of just wait for price to kind of start to make its way
Okay.
down there before we start really looking at it. But do you have a demand zone anywhere down there?
Yeah, I do. Well, I have kind of two spots. I have one big spot and then a smaller spot within that spot.
Yeah.
I've got the 435,
Right.
and then I'm looking at the candle right next to the right of that, the 50 and 55. I broke it down to the six. I'm sorry, four. See, 40. Starting with 40, 45.
Yeah,
Yep.
45. Yeah.
So that's my. I'm going to be trading within, most likely, depending on getting on everything, within that spot right there.
Good.
And
Yeah.
so I'm looking at my blue line. I can't. Oh man, I got to learn this from you how to be able to zoom in a little better. But it looks like I'm around. Um, I'm probably around 2936.75. Looks like that's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, not a bad spot there.
All right.
But I
Well,
agree. I agree with you. That's the area to look at for demand as of this point in time. I haven't marked it up yet. I was waiting to see if you kind of called the same area, but that's exactly right. There's two spots there, like you said. So that's something we got to watch. We got to have a little hidden zone there inside of a actual demand zone. So which one of those takes precedent? At price action, we don't know yet. We'll just kind of watch it. I would tend to say the 445, the hidden zone there, is going to get action pretty good out of that. But we'll kind of wait and see when we get down there. But that's definitely absolutely the right area. Absolutely.
good. Great.
Good
Good to
job.
hear.
Good job there.
And I think that's it for now.
Okay.
At least for what I've looked at. So,
Yep,
uh,
I agree. That's kind of it right now. So we just kind of be patient and talk about other things and kind of go from there. Um,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
that we have. Let me check something. I better check that. I forgot to check this morning. I don't think we have any news this morning. Have you checked that yet?
I did not.
So let me take a
No.
quick look here while we're just kind of being patient. Excuse me. we had some news at 8:30 this morning, um, but it obviously didn't do a whole lot. But we had personal spending came out, and it's up 0.6, so it's not up big, but it's up a little bit. It was forecasted to be 0.5, so it's up just barely, but it's up. That's good. So hopefully we'll get a good, even with just a little bit as that is, hopefully we'll kind of have some good movement to the upside. We got news coming out at 9:45 this morning with Chicago PMI. It's kind of a medium alert, so to speak. So we'll kind of wait and see what. It might not take off until we kind of get some news out of that. In the same way at 10 o'clock we got revised consumer sentiment, but it's a very low level alert. Not too worried about that. So we might get a little bit of action, or might be delayed a little bit until we get Chicago PMI come out, at 9:30. But being a Friday, I think we'll definitely have good trade time, So we'll just kind of watch and see what's going on. Nothing too worried about right at the moment.
All right. So let's talk about a scenario here. I like to think about scenarios.
Absolutely.
And kind of prepare myself for a trade or not to take a trade.
Good.
So here, let's say we're hanging out in this area. 9:35. Big boys come in 9:30, 9:35. They start picking up first. They start pushing up first. Do you wait until the break to do the 7:30? I'm sorry, 7:10 zone, or do you think they're going to slow down, respect it there, take it back, and then maybe break through it, or even reject from that area?
Yeah, well, let's talk about with you saying that. Let's talk about those scenarios as far as right at the beginning. When market opens at 9:30, and then the first 30 minutes usually is more heavily retails more than institutions, because that's when everybody else can get into the market. That's when all retail traders can actually start really trading the market. That's really what we're going to see. That's when we're really going to see the.
Just so you know, real quick, sorry. Mitchell's ready to join us whenever you are.
All right. Okay, yeah, so I'll go ahead and, before we get into this conversation, let me go ahead, while we don't have any trades going on, let me go ahead and get him in real quick here.
Okay.
All right, hold on, I'm going to have to do the duty, man. I'll call you both back.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Mitchell, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Soto, you there? There's Soto, all right, I think.
I'm good.
All right, good. Everybody can hear each other?
Everyone, I can hear all of y'all.
Perfect, all right. Excellent.
Good morning, Mitchell.
What's up, Soto? Sorry about the missing your call last night.
No, man, you should have seen it, bro. I got like 20 points last night. Don't tell BK, but I was going wild. I'm just kidding.
That's no surprise to BK, so don't worry about it.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
But no, let's talk about your question real quick. Again, this, what we'd be looking at, in that zone there that's drawn, as far as the open goes. Right at the open is more retail heavily traders, so I would kind of just wait for price to kind of tell me what it's going to do as far as volume goes. If we're getting a lot of stretch on a long candle with low volume, that's definitely more indication that it's definitely retail guys mostly, so we kind of just be patient around that area. But I absolutely would take a trade up in that area still, like what we talked about around 24.50 up in that zone. I would look for a trade in that even at market open. If we kind of get a long candle that stretches in there but on low volume to do that, I would still definitely take that trade because as far as retails go, I mean, they're going to push. They're going to get. There's going to be the excitement of jumping in and making trades and where to go and so that works out to our advantage sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So we just kind of have to wait and see what's going to happen, how they're going to move the markets here, and and take our trades accordingly. You know, obviously we got about 6 minutes to um, trade time, so market open time. So we'll just be patient and wait for that. But that's kind of what I'm still looking for. So if opportunity still presents itself in that area, I'm definitely looking and with my finger on the trigger and at that area and just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Perfect. Okay, so let's say price goes down to our other zone, the 445,
Yeah.
35, 40, 45. Yeah. Again, same thing. You high volume, going straight to it, long candle. You feel confident.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Especially at the open, you know, when you get these, because what you'll find most of the time, unless there's major news happening, most of the time at the open, when you get these long stretch candles, they're very, um, let me see how I can say this. They're very weak, even though it's a long candle. There's not a lot behind it pushing it. Okay, there's not a lot of conviction pushing it from an institutional standpoint. So if it were to move into our zone there at that 9:30 and 9:45 area, I'm absolutely would be looking to take that trade, especially if volume's decreasing as it stretches. If we had the next couple candles drop really long here with low volume into that area, absolutely, I'm jumping all over it. You know.
What zone was that again that y'all are talking about?
We have a zone for a demand zone. I haven't drawn it yet at 435 and 445. We got two. We got a hidden zone and a regular demand zone. I'll go ahead and draw these up real quick, just for the fact that we need to kind of make note of them and prices here. I'm gonna encompass both of them in this one zone, knowing that one's better than the other. If that makes sense. So let me. I'll actually double up the demand zone here.
Now, haven't those zones kind of been triggered?
No, not at the 430.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm at Central. I have got to. How do I switch that from Central to Eastern?
That's gonna be on your computer. Um,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At least that's how I have mine. I just have my computer clock set to it.
I switched it on. No, I did it on this. I'll have to show it to you, but Metro. I'll show it to you.
How did you do it on? You did it on Ninja Trader?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Soto knows that I am. I'm not savvy.
Oh yeah.
You should have seen Brian. Learning the material was not the hardest part for me. It was learning how to use Ninja Trader.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. You've got it down now. Nothing to it.
It would be like, what are you doing?
I thought I was talking to an 80-year-old person who's never used a computer. But no,
Wow.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. It was great. It was great.
I'm sure you're just messing around.
It was good times. I will say that we had fun with it.
I would never forget it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
I did.
You'll never
I
forget.
think it's a story for the definitely in the future to without it for sure.
I forgot to roll over one time.
That was the best.
And anyway, I traded that day, Brian. No joke, and ended up getting a point. And I told Soto, I was like, man, everyone must have been on vacation or something. The volume was like 1,000. He's like, dude, you didn't roll over. Well, I still got a point.
Well, there you go. Hey, there you go. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah.
All in the beginning.
Yeah, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We all did it.
I guess that lets the viewers know. Don't feel ashamed. Chances are I've been there and I've done whatever they're feeling.
Well, yeah. Chances are all of us have been there. Everybody starts at the beginning. Nobody's innately born with how to do everything. You know, so you'll have to go through the learning channel just like we did, and hopefully we can kind of.
I can guide you.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we're here for. You know, that's the beautiful thing about it, man. That's what we're here for. So, every kind of question you can think of, we're ready to answer and would like to answer. Between the three of us, one of us has probably done it or knows how to fix it. You know, so that's the good thing about us. Good thing about having all of us on here. We've all got a little bit the different experience and perspective. So that's cool. So
Absolutely.
don't be ashamed to ask questions, right?
While you're throwing that up, I think we're getting some bounce off. I'm not going to use it just for observation. We have a little hidden zone at 505.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's being respected quite a bit. It got respected at 7:30. It's getting respected so far at 9:30.
Right.
So just to let you guys know. I know it's pretty obvious, but just pointing it out.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good though that you're pointing that out, because if you don't understand supply and demand and hidden zones, you're going to sit there and go, well, you're not going to know why that did that, except that there's a little bit of a support area there, but that's so yeah, point it out every time, man. That's what's good about this channel. We need to point things out and kind of assume nobody knows anything, right? And explain.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. All right, market opener. So
all right.
Let's see.
I think it's going to come either reject off here and then go north and go to our upper zone or break through it. And I like how I'm only giving out the only two possible scenarios.
But that's good though. That's all. That's right. That's exactly. It has to. But that's cool, man. I have no problem with that. I think that's
I love it. That's why I like the game. It's going to do something. We're ready each way.
That's right. We're ready.
Hey, so where did you say your upper zone is?
The 710. 710.
All right, I got that one too. I'm just making sure we're all on the same page.
That's good. Yes. 710. I'm looking to a potential trade at 2945.5, and on the 4 o'clock, what is that? 4:45. I'm looking at a potential.
Let's drop that 2945.5 down 1 tick.
Okay.
You're 2 ticks off the top of the zone. You're in strong resistance and looking like potentially uncapped right there on the 45.50. So if you want to trade on it, go 50. If you want to trade 1 tick below, go 25.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put a trade in here. BK, what do you think?
Yeah, you're going to go for, I like it. Where are you going to put it at on that zone?
Right now, I just entered at 2936.25, but I may go a little higher. I'm looking at price action being rejected.
I'm at 2936 even.
Okay. So, BK, this is your wisdom. This is me asking for your wisdom here. Should I not be afraid and go to 2936.75? Or you think that's a little risky there?
No, I don't think it's risky. I mean, I think it's you got 2 closes right there on that hidden zone. So
actually, so
I think that's a good spot, to be quite honest.
Okay. Yeah, Soto, it's looking pretty good, honestly, from an order flow standpoint.
Good. Okay.
You're 1 tick off uncapped order.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that's a good spot right there. That's 75, 36.75.
Good.
Because another way to look at that is, based on this hidden zone right here, it gives you a full point to kind of let it play in that zone.
Exactly.
And, so that's a good way to look at that. So if that hidden zone's going to hold, then you've got room for it to hold there. So,
yes.
So I'll go ahead and ride with you on that. I'll put one in right there, and we'll just kind of watch it and see what it does, but I'll go ahead and put it on there right now so people can see it on the channel. But I'll definitely keep an eye on it and watch it closely.
Good idea. And I'm sorry, Metro, you said the 710. I was going to go to. Let me see what lets me do it. I was going to go to.
You were going to go 0.5. And I just said maybe go 1 tick lower than that. Maybe go 0.25.
Okay.
And I'm not that's just merely a recommendation on how you want to trade it. If you want to trade on the uncapped order, go with what you have. If you want to trade 1 tick below it in order to maybe it just caps that uncapped order, then do the 2.5.
Yeah, thank you. The good thing about that zone is it's only 1 point wide, so it gives me room for error to cover the whole zone, really.
Yeah, and you're still like where your trade is, you're 2 ticks off the top of the zone. So if you drop it down one, you're still 3 ticks off the top of the zone.
Yeah.
If the zone is truly, just that wide.
Let's see here. Okay. What's that? Breeze. Good. Change the clear. Okay, we got the hidden zone. Let's be able to respect it. They're hanging out. They're close. All right, nice. Okay. I imagine this Kindle's kind of probably can pick us up here and come pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, I like this price action right now for our zone down here, so we'll just kind of watch it and see. I like what it's doing, so we'll just kind of watch it.
Mitch, are you trading at the bottom here?
Yes. I am at 0.50 right now. 36.50. Looking to possibly do the 0.75. I just don't like how that's already been, that zone's kind of already been triggered with that 450 candle. It kind of dipped into the zone a little bit. And I don't know, I may go 1 tick below that one just in case it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it. I feel like when I'm trading off post candles, like, because that's the uncapped order. And I feel like when it's a post candle, post zone candle, I like to go just a little lower. So I feel like it gets a little violent sometimes. And maybe that's
good.
Not what I should be thinking.
No, that's good, man. That's exactly what you're thinking. That's what's good about it. That's all right.
Okay.
You've been very successful with the way you're thinking about trading, so stay with it. Don't change it. You stay with it.
BK, have you considered trading out of that hidden zone at 505?
505?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to trade out of that. It's already pushed through that, So
right.
Yeah, so.
I guess
I would right now. Maybe to go short. Maybe. Yeah, I might. I could possibly turn it over after, but not right now. But I wanted to give better push out of that area before, but I could possibly do that if it were to go back down. If this candle was to go down and get us here and put us in this trade with the right kind of rejection, then you could possibly see a little of a bounce opportunity out of that zone to the downside. But I'm not looking at that at this point in time.
All right.
Yes, it's a good observation to kind of watch that and at least think through that ahead of time for sure.
Yeah. So far, we got it respecting twice plus 3 really with this, the wick high on this current candle. So depends how it closes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I guess to be a little more conservative, you can make the 930 candle really your new hidden zone to go short here.
Yeah, absolutely. That would actually be the area to do that if price were to go back into that zone after it makes a good down move here. If price were to retrace out of that and give you that good looking pattern of a retracement back into the zone, that would be the zone drawn up. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I like this rejection. This is looking good.
Yeah. She's showing a lot of buyers in that area, which is good. That's what we want.
Yes. Got less than a minute here.
Yeah. This is a good example of the price, kind of slowing down with rejection wicks, that's kind of fun to watch. So if we can get this to candle to close a little lower down. I don't want a huge rejection wick here, but if we can get this thing to close even at this area that's at now, I mean, maybe, you know, even, if we can get the close right there, then that's a really good sign to me that the next candle is going to go down there and get us and kind of reject out of there. You know, that's kind of what we want to see happen here. Still like it, you know, still definitely like the area we're in. At this point in time, definitely willing to commit to the trade at this point. So we'll just kind of continue to watch by the second here and kind of see how it plays out. But I like it, liking everything so far.
Yeah, I am as well. Honestly, thinking the 0.75 may be the way to go, just looking at how they're stepping down.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm at 0.75.
Yep, same here.
Because I mean, we still got enough room to be wrong with that zone there. If it's we got a few ticks left in the zone to be wrong, but at the same time, that whole point it encompasses the whole hidden zone. You know where we're at 75, and that's important. The thing's looking good right here. You know, so we'll just kind of watch. I like it so far. So hopefully we can kind of get down there, get a touch, get triggered, and give us a quick bounce out of here. That'd be great.
Yes. Looks like it's trying to break to that wick low. Yep, just did. Trigger our zone.
Volume's decreasing there, which is great.
Good wrong there.
Everything looking good thus far, so we'll kind of watch it and see.
And it touched us, but
no. Yeah. So let's watch it, and hopefully they pick us up here. We'll kind
not in the party yet. Not in the party yet.
We'll just kind of keep a watch on it.
It's going to come down and pick us up. Probably take 2 ticks of feet here and go north.
Order filled.
Right,
there it is.
We're in, so let's watch it and see what happens.
Two ticks of feet.
Yeah, that gets you in there, Mitch, at 50?
Yeah, I'm in.
Good. Yeah, at a half though, right?
Right.
Good. All right. Nice.
Very nice.
So it's got all three of us, so it's time to get some legs.
Let's go north.
Yeah, let's get some legs and go on up a little bit, boys.
Yeah, let me call the buyers, guys. Let me tell them to start buying.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Why don't you make that call real quick for us, Soto?
I'm on the phone right now.
Perfect.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either, but we're going to kind of hang in there a little bit. And if that zone gets busted, then, you know, it's a little concern in there. But volume's low still, you know, I'm not going to.
Oops.
Yeah.
Stop filled.
There
There
it
she
is.
goes. All right, there she
There you
goes.
go.
So it's absolutely
Yeah, we're all three out.
Yeah, we're all three done there. So we're just going to respect the lower zone there. Looks like
Next
the
level,
zone.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, look at that. It's going to bounce nicely off that. All right, okay.
All right.
Trade was good, though, right? I mean, let's
Trade
be
was
positive.
good.
Trade was for the right reason. We took a hidden zone inside of a zone, and it just kind of got us. But that's okay, man. It was a good trade, I think. It was still a good trade.
We followed all the rules. Price action looked really good.
Yeah, it did.
So
What about if we trade off that bottom zone right now? I mean, I think we could do an intra-candle trade right there.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. At 75.
29.36.
Oh, you're going to set 36.
Order
You could
pending.
do 35, 75, or 35.50 even if you wanted. But at the bottom of that case, I feel like it's going to bounce back in and then pull back up. I mean, it's done it. I just wasn't quick enough. Yeah.
Well, I've got one back in at 35.75 just because I like the zone. I think it's going to be respected. Whether it puts me in or not, I don't know. But that's bouncing off of that. But I got back in at 35.75. We'll kind of watch another trade here. I just think the
Order
zone's
filled.
good.
Yeah.
It put me in right there.
I'm with you, by the way.
Yeah.
I have it at 35, 75.
Yeah, I'm in at 75, so I'm in right now. So we'll see if it can give it to us, and if it's not, then it's just not what I wanted to do. But that's okay too. But I like the zone. I'm willing to confidence with everything setting up still, and the zone showing enough respect from an intraday standpoint to take the trade. And I did. I took the trade again. So if it gets us now, it's going to have to bust through the zone completely. And it looks like it might want to do that, but but we'll just kind of see what happens. If it does it, it does it, man. We'll just let it play out. If it gets us again here, then that's fine. But I like the entry. I can't argue with the entries and what it's done. So I'm not gonna. I think everything was set up perfectly to do that, and so I'm not gonna complain if it gets me. It's just one of those things. The market didn't do what I wanted it to do, even though it came. I took the trade on my terms. That's the big thing, You took them on your terms. So we'll just kind of see. Watch it and see.
Stop filled.
Yeah, there she goes. So we're out.
We're out again.
Yeah.
I was with you on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all right. You okay there, Soto? You gonna make it?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Like I said, I'm really good because I believed in that zone.
Yeah.
The price, if you look at volume's decreasing. Price action looked good coming in. That was a long candle that you expected a better rejection from that. We had two zones really. We had a hidden zone and a regular zone. It didn't reject. It just didn't reject enough for us to get our point.
Right.
So I don't think we did anything wrong. I think it just didn't do what we expected it.
34. There's another hidden zone underneath that price might be trying to get into, so we kind of looked and kind of marked that up and kind of looked for it.
Are you looking at the 405?
I'm looking at the 355. That's kind of a hidden zone. The 405 is definitely a lot of price action going on right there, and obviously it's enjoying that and taking a bounce out of that. So price was wanting to get to that destination for a reason,
Right.
But I have a hidden at 405 too. But I'm probably going to try to look for more retracements now back into our zone that we were talking about earlier. At this point, I look for retracement of that area. So we'll kind of watch this. I'm going to draw it up on the chart. Just kind of watch price and see what she wants to do. That's all we can do, right?
I think, and I know you played football in high school, and I played a little ball myself. Nothing like you at your level, but one of the things you got to do is, move on. Trust the system, and if it's a true system, it's going to work more than it's not. So, we had 2 losses in a row. But again, it didn't do what we expected it. But again, we believe it to be it was a good trade, good area. So you just have to be willing to take another trade when it's appropriate. So not revenge trade, but at the same time not be afraid to pull the trigger when it comes to time to pull the trigger.
Good, I like that. That's absolutely right. You're here. You're doing this method for a reason. It's proven itself over and over, time and time again. And so don't abandon it just because we didn't have the right area. Even though the trade, the method said take a trade here, it did. Market just wanted to get a little deeper on us, and that's okay. You can't control the market. So you're right, 100% for the fact that we have confidence in what this method does. Obviously, even with these 2 losses, we're still up, right, for the week. So, So no reason to stress out here. If you're just now trading, and you're trading as an individual and smaller account, you'd be done for the day. You'd taken a loss for the day and you'd walk at this point, and that's okay. But I'll probably look for one more trade out of the day, but I won't trade more than one more time. whether it be win or lose. I might trade one more time if it presents itself somewhere, but that'd be the cap for me. If I have 3 trades in, and especially 3 losses, I'm done for sure. That just tells me either I'm off or the market's just not respecting its usual personality. So and most likely I'm off somewhere. But that's just kind of my philosophy, kind of the way I look at it, and the way I would suggest it to be is, like you said, no revenge trading here, man. And your ego gonna get hurt a little bit, and that's okay. But did you take the trades for the right reasons? Then if you did, then welcome to trading. That's the game. And if we could be right 100% of the time, then we would all be super. We'd all be the best traders in the world and be considered as such. But that's just not the case. Nobody is. So no worries here, man. Relax, be patient, and we just kind of wait for it to play itself out.
That's good. Good word. Good word.
I don't take it well.
I know you don't. I know the silence meant something, and I get it.
Mitchell is like, I don't take it.
Yeah, I understand. That's all right.
No, it's no hard feelings. I don't have it doesn't make me not want to do it. It makes me want to do it even more.
Yeah.
So that's when the obsessive nature kicks in.
No worries, man. I like it. That's good that you want to get it right. All right, so let's talk about this new zone to the downside, right? At 9:30. If Price wants to get up in there, where do you guys feel trades should be put?
I'm looking 29, 40, 75.
75, okay.
All right, 1 second here. I'm adjusting. Hold on. I'm looking. 1 second.
I got 50. I got 40 and a half. Is where I'd be willing to go in on this trade here, the 40 and a half.
All right. I have to, and I don't know if you guys do this, so if you have a better way, let me know. But I actually have to put a trade in just to see where the price is. And then I cancel, then I'll put my blue line, then I cancel the trade. Do you guys do that?
I don't know. I just use my crosshairs and kind of line it up.
Oh, okay. All right, well, that's fancy.
I just look at it. I'm serious. I just look at that bar on the side and I'm like, it's 3/4 up, it's halfway up, it's 1/4 up.
Well, I mean, I guess I could guess too, but I just feel anyways, I'm looking for a potential 29, 40 and a quarter.
Ooh, that is literally our personalities right there in a lie.
Yeah, all 3 of us are different.
Where are you guys at? Where you guys at?
He's 1 tick above you and I'm 1 tick above him.
That's how I live my life, guys. I can't be that guy in the background. I have to be all man. You know what they say?
I'm the first in the party every time.
A couple months ago.
You know what they say, guys? Go big, go to Auburn, and I go big, so.
There you go. Oh, that's funny. But that's a good point out, Mitchell. That's all 3 of our personalities right there and what we see. It's all just a little bit different. Even though we're working the same method, man, and the same methodology, we just all have a little bit difference. And that's what's great, man. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool.
Well, let me tell you why I'm going there. If you look at the obviously the bottom of 930, and then so wick low there, then you got the 940 wick high, and if you go back to the 730, you got the wick low, you got a good solid resistance there. And really, if you go back even a little more to the 505 area. You're right at the open of the 510, and you're just a tick above and below the close and open of the 505. So it makes me think that there's money sitting there. I'm not using order flow, but I feel confident in that area.
Yeah, I like
Greatest,
it. I like it.
I like it too. Greatest scenario will be if we all three get in and all three make it.
That would be the greatest scenario.
Yeah.
But like what you said yesterday, you said you wish that you would make the point and we both lose. So
I was barely pulling your leg.
Oh, that's funny.
But you know what? After hearing you guys, I may go up a tick.
What are you doing, man?
Don't.
Don't
disregard your principles, man. This is who you are. You told us that.
And you justified your position. That's what I like about it. With real data. With real price action, you justified why you like 40.25. And I personally wouldn't change off of that. You know, if that's where I feel confident, I just talk myself through why I like that position and what price is actually doing at that, what they're doing at that area, tells me that's, you know, I like the position. I like that position. I think it's going to hit that area and one tick me in. Hopefully, one tick higher. Hopefully with good volume and come in. You know, but because I tend to see that happening, that area of that was support is now resistance, will be respected, but price usually tends to get into it for a tick or two before, and then respects out of it. You know, that's kind of what I've always seen. So that's the reason I'm one tick above it. You know, that's my philosophy and my reasoning for doing it. You know, and it could absolutely go to you, put you in immediately, and then drop 100 points. You know, and that's great. You know, but stick to why you're doing it. You know, for sure.
Sure.
You know, and it might not even get up there. You know, so.
I get up there, guys. Maybe leaving without us. I think it's rejecting off that bottom zone there. Again, we got double bottom. We got 3 wick lows in that area right there.
Yeah. With lower volume. So that just tells you the price wanted to get there, and we have to figure out why did it want to get there over our zone. You know, and that's the kind of stuff we're learning every day to try to figure that out in price action. There's something to price action that should have told us that, and we need to figure that out, right? But that just tells you that the price wanted to get there for a reason. There's money. There's a reason why it wants to be there. Let's figure out why they wanted to move it to that spot before they reject. Because like you said, they've got 3 rejections right out of that area right there. So that tells you the money wanted to move there for a reason.
Yes.
So we got to figure it out, man, and then not stress out about doing it, not beat ourselves up for it, you know, because based on a method, we felt like money was at the right spot, right, to be traded. But today was just one of those days that wanted to go a little deeper, you know, and I mean, we just have to watch that and figure it out. You know, we'll kind of get back in there and see. I mean, there's actually, if you look all the way over to the left, back in the early morning, last night and early morning, there's a lot of resistance that was there that has been turned into support. So maybe there's money in those areas that's trapped that price needed to get to. You know, and that's just what we have to watch.
Metro House order flow at 9:30.
Well, it's uncapped on top.
Okay.
It's uncapped 1 tick off the top. The VPOC is sitting at 0.75.
40.75.
Yeah.
I found it going down below that. Here, volume's going to slightly be increased here. How do you, BK? How do you have your mouse crossbar thing?
Crosshairs?
Yeah, crosshair.
Yeah, go up on the top of your chart there, right next to your data. Your show data box. You see that? All right, go to the top of your screen there, where you have 5 minutes, and you have a chart type. You got a pencil.
Yeah.
You got to zoom in, zoom out. Right after you zoom in, zoom out, right there. Yeah, click on crosshair there, and you'll be able to. Huh?
Chris Local?
Local.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, if I had this. Oh my gosh. You know how many errors I've made because I had a trading, so I'm trying to draw my zone and it's taking me up too early.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that it?
This is it, guys. I'm going undefeated now.
All right, man. Well, there you go. And now you just put the pressure on yourself by announcing that to the room.
Well, it's not on me. I mean, it's just on the system. I'm going to follow the rules. But unfortunately,
Oh my gosh.
that's perfect. Expect nothing less there from you, sir. Nothing less, man.
Guys, you gotta be able to laugh every day. If you can't laugh, then you gotta be in trouble.
Absolutely right with you. Especially if you're gonna make this a career.
That's right.
You better get a different attitude about it. I mean, enjoy it one way or the other. Enjoy it, no matter what happens. Emotions are everything in trading, man. All right, we're getting some good rejection here, so we can start watching our area here at 7:30 for a little bit of a bounce short, right?
Yeah.
So So you're going in at a quarter?
I'm going at a quarter.
All right.
Now I have to get used to this new thing.
You have to get used to it. It's a big change, isn't it?
It's a little different.
Order pending.
Man, I love it though. That's a
I thought you were doing that the whole time.
Oh man, I have to that's why I couldn't yesterday or in the past I have to zoom in and try to zoom in and see where the price is and that's why I believe yesterday I went into the wrong area because I put the sell in or buy, but then I move it to the area I wanted it to because I can't see the price. And I think it picked me up before I got to move it. So now here I don't have to put a trade in. I can just go there and put my blue line based on where the price is.
There you go. That's it. I figured you'd have done that and watching the videos and seeing my cursor like that all the time.
Yeah, I didn't know how I felt about it.
Are y'all still liking this?
I'm okay with it right now. I'm going to see if if it keeps moving hard like this. I'm
canceled.
I'm out.
I'm in the trade, guys.
All right, good. Yeah, hopefully it bounces. There you go. Good.
What up?
Good job, man.
Yeah.
You got a nice bounce out of that.
That was great, guys.
That was pretty brave, but you got it.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta do a short
Very.
That's where that gunslinger mentality comes in. It worked out for him perfect today.
I think he was too busy talking, to be honest.
To take it off.
Because he was like, I'm in. He did not sound good about it. I'm happy for you, brother.
Yeah, that worked out.
I gotta do sorry guys, I gotta do a promo for my own channel real quick. Hold on. Hey guys, if you're
Go ahead, let me hear your promo. Go for it.
If you guys want to do the true winning trading, listen to my podcast every day at 4 p.m. We trade with the big boys. I'm just kidding, guys. No, that was good. Again, I'm glad I didn't move it, but like you said, I just trust myself. And that was good. Now I just want you guys to price to go up and pick you guys up and get some points out of here.
Yeah, I'd still consider the zone if this candle will close somewhere like it is now, and then with a rejection wick out of that at that point, that would make me a little more comfortable. So I don't want it to close full candle here.
Yeah, this is a good learning opportunity for me. I've always wanted to do this. I know we talked about it a lot. I've never really done it, and if I've done it, I think it's one time maybe. But when do you consider, and like this case would be a great scenario, taking another trade in the same area? You know, obviously a little higher into the trade. So, is this the scenario you're talking about?
Well, this scenario right here, I mean, we've already got our one entry back into this zone at this point, so our first entry is done, right? Our best, highest probability, even though it wasn't the absolute perfect setup, it worked out great from a rejection standpoint, but that's our first entry into this zone. So now I can still take second entry. Remember, I've said that, but it's a lower probability. But the only way I would take the second entry, it's got to be deeper into the zone. So I like the candle right now. So if I can get low volume here into a deeper area where I'm still okay at 50, 4.5 right here.
Right.
So 29, 40, 50. If this candle wants to go up higher and with lower volume, then I still like the trade there. You know, that's a good trade for me still. But that's all I'm looking at this point. But that would be my last opportunity
Okay.
for me.
I think we got a good close there. It's rejecting off the top. I think it's going to move up into the zone. Like you said, the question is, are they going to respect the zone? And are you still going to stay in your position at 0.75? What was it, 0.50 and 0.75? Or are you guys going to go a little deeper?
I'm at 0.50 still because it's higher than the what just got triggered and proven to have sellers there. I'll stay right there, knowing because even at 50, I can get it all the way up to the top of the zone. I don't think it goes to the top of the zone. I think if it goes up somewhere, to go up to 41.25 and reject. You know, I would like that. I would believe that. So, you know, being a second entry into it, 50's not bad. But now that I look at it, I'm talking through this. I probably will go a little bit higher. I kind of get in between the two. Even maybe where Mitchell's at 40.75 or even 41. I'm kind of liking.
Yeah, 41's probably the real conservative. However, I still think it's probably going to go up. I agree with you. It'll go to 41.25. That's where the strong resistance is. It's sitting at 41.25.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put a position in at 41. Just kind of go ahead and let it sit there and watch it. I'm gonna go on to 41. Be a little more conservative.
Order pending.
Third trade of the day. 0 for 2 so far. So I definitely want this to. I don't have to trade 3 times, but I definitely want this to give me the best opportunity. So a little more conservative is the right play here, as far as I'm concerned. So I'll go in at 41 and just trust that there's enough resistance right there if it wants to come into that area and pick me up with volume low. You know, still we're not increasing volume above the previous bar. You know, it's still everything sets up and it's in a good resistance area. Then I'll be a little more conservative and let it come to me. And I'm willing to take the trade based on that.
So you still liking it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it right now. It's fine with me. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it right now. I mean, we know it's gonna get up there to get some strength. You know, we know that to get some rejection. So I'd still think it'll reject out of there unless we just get a massive volume spike here. But I like it so far. Still, we know it has to. We know it has to go green to get up there. You know, so I'm not gonna panic about that. We just kind of have to watch and see how it decides to react up in that area. So this is all about you being comfortable with your position and willing to take the trade, you know, at this point. So are you going to re-enter on this trade, or are you done with it?
I'm at 41.25.
Yeah, 41.25. Okay.
Yeah. If it picks me up, great. If it doesn't, no big deal.
Yeah, good.
And that's, by the way, I got picked up on that without taking a tick of heat.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Not a big deal, guys. Just something to do.
It's just something you do.
All right, Marlene looks good. Price action projecting good. The rich and deep. Are you guys in?
No, I'm at 41.
Oh, you're at 41. Okay.
I'm
Did you 41?
41.
All right.
It looks like that 0.5 may have been the ticket.
Maybe. We'll kind of watch and see. I mean, it was really the first real line of resistance, so we'll see. I mean, it would have worked out, but that's almost, I guess. But if this candle closes out of this zone at this point, I would have to. Well, it's in the zone still, so that's okay. It's closed in the zone with lower volume, so I'd stay in still. I still like it. It's closed in the zone there. Good rejection wick, volume down, volume low, so it's still good.
Mitchell, the current candle, is it capped at the open?
Yeah, it's capped on the bottom, uncapped on the bottom. Now it capped it, just popped down.
Okay.
My nerves are bothering me. I just paced around one good lap.
We can hear you.
We can hear it.
I was going to ask you if it was like 40 degrees at your office. But...
I know, he's trying to warm his hands up. That sounds like.
It's like the fact that we've taken a couple of losses, everything in my body is screaming no, but my brain is saying yes. I still like it. I don't love that it's pushing down.
Yeah.
I will say that. But if it was to turn around and volume stays this low and head up, then I'll be still in it.
Yep.
What are you thinking, Soto? Are you going to drop down there amongst it?
No, I actually took my trade out. I decided I think it's already turned without me here. I mean, we still got more than 2 minutes and a half, so it can still come back and pick us up. I just have to watch it a little closer, but I took it out for now. So, it could be doing the little three-step thing, three-step climb. Do you see that, PK?
The what?
Like the little step, I don't know what you call it, the step ladder, the three-step into the zone.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
It could still do that. Either way, it'll probably miss me.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to at this point. But we'll kind of keep it on just for a second still. But I don't think if this thing closes down out of this zone pretty good, then I'm pulling my trade here.
Yeah.
It's almost pushed too far down for me because
it is. It's pushed.
If it comes back up, it's going to have an awful wick on the back of it.
Order canceled.
Yeah, I'm out of it. What you might have to watch out for now is rejection around the 39.25 to go back long. That original demand area that blew through. It might come back and respect now with the fact that the 950 has a good rejection to the top. That might become demand at this point. It might finally respect that area. We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
So we have to watch that. But I'm not going to trade it. But just to talk about it, it could do that. Or it could just get some real serious legs right here and bust through all of it and go long, go deep. Then our ideal entry, obviously, at this point was at 50, 40, 50, and we just missed the trade. And that's okay.
That's so people know we're talking about the 445 zone that we had earlier. That we put a trade in. We went in around 36.75, 29, 36.75. And let's see if it respects it. Where there we would have been in the trade right now. And
but even if it does respect it, that's cool. But I would never take this trade anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's as ugly as it gets right
I
there.
would never take the trade. It's just kind of fun to talk
I don't
about.
think. Yeah, for the sake of the viewers, I hope it does not respect it. Because hopefully they will be like, no, we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. It would have busted you. Yeah. Good job. It did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, there's three. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles did not respect it. This one close at the very bottom.
Probably was just a weak zone, even though it looked good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with the zone. I think they're just going. There's something they're going after a little deeper that at least I can't see. I think 3K you pointed it out. I don't have it on my radar, but they're going. There's a pocket of money that's a little deeper that they wanted to go to, and obviously they're going to it.
I've tried to find it. I've scrolled back and looked at where they keep dipping into, and I can't find it on my chart as far as nothing that's just bold that I see.
Well, we see why they're rejecting out of that area on why the 950, 10, 1050, 1055. I mean 1005. We see why they're rejecting out of that area. I mean, they wanted to get to that point for a reason, and there's a hidden zone there. Plus, there's just a lot of old resistance there. So we know that there's money sitting there. That's all that is part of a support resistance play along with a hidden zone there for demand. So that's why we didn't know that coming into it, but we can see that after the fact, so that might just be something that we should have paid attention to be quite honest, that was old. If you kind of scroll out the chart, which is what I've done here on the channel, you can kind of see there's a lot of resistance there, and we just weren't patient. Or I'll say I wasn't patient enough for it to get there, and I know better than that. But I just felt the zone was good, and I took the trade based on it. But good resistance, obviously, good support is in that area, that second area. We just missed it.
Yeah. Now let's see if you can be honest here. Did you take that because I pointed it out and I kind of talked you into the trade? That's something you would have not taken?
No, I'm not going to say that. No, absolutely not. I thought it was a good zone. I mean, it met every one of our criteria.
Right.
When you look at the chart,
they just saw a better zone at the bottom of that. That's all.
Right. Okay.
It meets the criteria, man. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't take it because you took it.
Okay. Yeah, I just drew the. I just did what you just did here. I drew that zone based on the 330 wick high. Just that area over there, that support, and they came right through it. So right to it, which is now the 10 a.m. wick low. That is the new support there. All right.
So I think we'll bust through it on this time, though. I think we're going to be going short here still. I think we're creating the move down, and I'll kind of draw this on the chart here, but we kind of created that good move down with a good retracement back in. So I think we got a good I think we've got good price action here, and we kind of see what's going to happen here, what's happening, I think. So we'll see if it decides to make its way on down there and do that, and give us that pattern. We'll just kind of watch it.
You really didn't have the crosshairs yet, Soda?
I did not. No, I do now. And if you notice, after I got it, I won. So.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You guys been holding out on me here.
I just assumed you had it, man. To be honest.
That's good.
Obvious.
That was probably the simplest thing to get. Like as good as you are with this software.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's a good reminder that I'm not perfect. It's, constantly I like to do one thing here to remind me I'm not perfect. So just keeping it humble, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If you weren't, we could none of us could be around you.
That's right. None of us could be.
That is actually pretty accurate. So I wouldn't want to be around myself either. Because I know some guys who think they're perfect. Not a lot of fun to hang out with. And they're right, BK? We know
Yeah, I do know a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
They're like you said, they're absolutely not fun to hang out with.
One thing I love about BK, he would never tell you guys this, but he's a great athlete. He would never tell you that, though.
Maybe back in the day, man. Maybe back in the day.
All right, so we got a good push out here. Will you guys consider the 10 candle a new demand supply zone? Or are you going to wait 10?
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me,
You don't like 10-20 as a hidden?
I do. I think, we have to wait for this one to see what happens with this current candle. But yeah, the 10-20 has a great potential to be one. Just wait until, I think we have to wait until we see what happens with this current candle. If we got a strong push out and close, then yeah, I would think so. What do you think, DK?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it could it could possibly be that. I think actually it's going to be, I think the ideal area for a supply zone, if this candle closes long, we get a couple more closes to the downside, and we get another retracement into this little trend here. I think definitely the area of about 35 and a quarter down to actually 34 and a quarter, that point range right there where all those wicks are, right there between those two zones. I think that's actually it right there. If price gets back into that, I think we drop hard, but we got to wait. I mean, obviously, we've got to wait a little bit for price to play itself out here. And but yeah, I think this could potentially be a demand zone back into that area. But I want price to close out of this candle. I want it to close low on this candle and another low, and another candle go low anyway. And then at that point, I would say, okay, now we need to start looking for the supply.
Sure, good idea.
But yeah, it was a good catch there. But that's where I would look at supply if at this point in time.
Right. I think it was Mitchell caught it here.
Oh, okay. Good job. Good catch.
The Eagle.
The Eagle. I would say Mitchell and I, we had a great run for a while. He will call out the zones and I will get the trades.
Yeah, if we could work together, the Lord knows what we could do.
Well, you can. That's the point. You can. Go for it, man. Do it. Ain't nothing stopping you.
we were killing it. He'll be like, whatever, 1040 top, I'll put my trade in. Next time we know, I got the point. And he's still calling it out so you can get time to get into the trade.
I just lay on the sword for all my friends.
There you go.
We had a good time.
Yeah, we had a run. There were days where we were just killing it.
We were.
Yeah. And you're going to do that. You're going to have that. I mean, look at me. We lost a couple times this week, but hey, we're still net positive in the account for the week, man. I mean, look at it that way. But yeah, you're right. I mean, you're going to have days where you'll have stretches where you don't lose for a couple months, to be quite honest. But
right.
You're going to have.
Well, we were like 22-0, weren't we, Soto?
We were. We're 22-0, baby.
That should tell you right there. Just that statement right there should give you confidence in the method. You know what? Because that's not just being lucky 22 times. Watching price action, studying price action, and putting your trade based on what you believe price action is going to do. So luck has to come out of the equation pretty quickly when you're calculated like that. Now if you just looked at price and threw up a buy or sell order, and whichever one took went, and you won 22 times in a row, then I think it's luck.
But literally exactly. I remember talking to my dad about it. He said, "Son, you get lucky 2, maybe 3 times, but anything after 5, luck goes out the door."
Yeah, especially with being as calculated as we are about where we're putting trades
Dude,
and what has to happen.
I'm kind of liking this right here for a 2935 or 2935.25.
Sure, yeah, I agree with that. I kind of like that. I would like to let it close a little bit, but I'm willing to, because we're getting some downtrot, I'm willing to take that trade right there. So
35.5?
Yeah, or no, 35 or 35.25 is kind of where I'm looking at.
I'm gonna go ahead and go in right at 35 even. I like
Order
it.
pending.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it just in case it moves in there quickly. That's in our little area of rejection, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. I see, based on some other things I'm looking at, I see it'd be a good spot to put in there, but we'll have to wait and see if it continues to take off to the downside.
Yeah, I'm probably going to cancel if it keeps running down. Unless it runs on down, closes, and then comes back.
Yeah, that would be the other ideal situation. But kind of in the sideways a little bit right here. We had 2 zones drawn right here, so there's a lot going on right here. So we'll just kind of have to see if it does want to come back up there and get us and push out of this zone and give some more strength to the downside, because it kind of needs to breathe and it kind of needs to gain some energy, if that makes sense, gain some fuel to get, if it's going to go lower. It's got to get that fuel, and that's kind of the area that they can get it from. So I'm going to leave my order right at 35 even, and I like it enough to be committed to the trade, and as long as volume stays low, and that would be my third and final trade for the day, no matter what happens if it gets there.
Looks like Florida's about to get a good pelting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're about to get hammered. So
I got a bunch of family down there who are true Floridians.
Oh, really?
They evacuate for nothing. It's great. They're right there, pretty much where it's going to hit.
Really? And then they haven't even gone to the store to get extra milk or bread, have they?
Up a little bit, but no, they don't. I mean, they don't stock up on anything. It's great.
That's awesome.
My mom, I mean, she's from down there too, and she laughs that after she moved, she would go back down there if it was like a category 2 or so, just to see it come in, because she enjoyed watching them come in the beach.
Yeah, sure. I can understand maybe a cat 2, but when you start pushing that 4 and 5,
I'm out after 3.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah. There's a lot of people going to be moving though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of people evacuating out of there, which they should. Is it still projected to come in as a 4?
As far as I know, it's supposed to come in as a 4, and when it gets to the warmer water right off the Atlantic, it'll start speeding up a little bit.
Okay, I thought it was supposed to come in as a 3. Did they upgrade it to a 4?
That's the projection. It's still like a 2 right now, I think.
Yeah, but I know yesterday they upgraded to, by time landfall, they say a week 4, but still a 4,
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and my senior year, we had 5 hurricanes hit this great state of Florida. So we did a little storm chasing myself down there. But
yeah, all right. Well, I know you. I know you like the water. I know you like to chase the water with vehicles. I know that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll keep that out of the chat.
Please do.
That gets me every time I think about it. Oh man.
Accidents happen to the best of us.
They do.
I'm just glad nobody got hurt. That's the most important thing. Material stuff can be replaced.
What are we thinking? Still in? Out?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, if volume stays low, I'll stay there. But if we're getting a high rush on volume, I'll get out. But I think it's still going to bounce out of that area. Whether I'll just have to be quick to close on it if it doesn't go very fast. But I'm going to stay on it.
I wish it would have. I wish the 1030 would have closed lower. Broke that wick low from the previous candle.
That's definitely, you're right. That's definitely the better looking opportunity pattern wise, and you want it to drop out of there. But this is just a pure, support and resistance play. A lot of demand, a lot of supply right there. So I'm just gonna watch it. And I'll stay in there. I'm conservative enough to stay into that spot.
I kind of did something a little different. I drew the wick, my zone from the wick low from the 10 o'clock to the wick low of the 10:05.
Yeah.
And I kind of created my little zone here. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, absolutely. That's kind of where the zone's at this point. It's right there amongst all them wicks, and that's the zone to be in. That's going to get the most respect. I mean, it's going to have to really push hard.
Order filled.
It's going to have to really push hard to get through it. It just put me in at 35, so I'm in for my third and final trade, whether it takes me out or not. So we'll just have to see if it wants to hold or not. But I like the area for some resistance. So we'll just kind of see. That's going to take me out, looks like here. Well, no, it didn't take me out yet, but it's picking up some.
Where you go at?
I'm in at 35 even, so I went up to one tick shy of taking me out. I mean, it could still go up there, but it rejected out of there pretty fast, actually, so I don't know. We'll see.
Mitchell, did he go in?
I'm in, but I went up a tick higher than Brian.
That's good. That's good.
You're at 35 point and a quarter?
2.5.
Yeah. I went in at the 29. I can't see. Hold on. 29, 35, and a quarter.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna bust right here.
Yeah, so I'm about to
Stop filled.
That's it. I'm out. Yep, so that's 0 for 3 for me today.
Yeah.
That's 0 for 3.
Yep, me too. 0 for 3, man. So that's one of those days, buddy.
That's one of those days,
that happened to me in quite a while, so I can't be too upset. It's been a long time since that's happened, so I'm okay with it, though. That's all right.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's hope the auto trader kicks in.
It will.
That's funny.
I actually like this. I actually like this price action for the auto trader. That's good. Because you're going to see some good direction to finish off the week.
She's got $162 she's got to make up. I'm kidding.
Well, okay.
No. It's one of those days. I mean, I think it's good for people to see that you do have those days. Had we been not doing the channel, or had I not been doing the channel, probably after my first loss, but 100% after my second loss, I would have shut down and gone and done something else, licked my wings outside.
That's good. That's good. But I do think it's good for the channel, like you said, to kind of, talk through the trades, and if they're there and you have an idea of taking them, then you take them, but if you don't, you don't. That's fine. But definitely for somebody that's definitely starting out with just a small account of $1,000 or so, then you just need to be taking your one trade and walking one way or the other. I mean, that's it. And then if you want to continue to trade, go to demo at that point, but get your one trade, and you either got it right or you got it wrong, and then because we don't want it with a small account, man. You just don't want to start taking a bunch of losses. 3 in a row hurt. It's on a small account, so you don't want to do that. So you just take that one trade until you build your account up properly.
Soto, did you not get that point?
No, I lost.
Where'd you go in at? You went
I'm looking at it right now. 29.35 1/4.
Oh man, if you'd have gone 0.5, you'd have gotten it.
I know.
I thought you were one above us.
No, I guess not.
That's the most frustrating thing to me is losing by 1 tick a heap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will just burn you up.
I will.
Yeah.
Because it means you were so close.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to lose, I want to lose. Like, I wanted to just disrespect me. But
I understand that philosophy completely.
That is like, come on, that was me. I didn't see something because I was all over it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at 0.5, and then when I took it out, and when it came back in, I put it back in. I put it back on 0.25.
Well,
no worries, man. That's part of it.
No, it is. It's definitely part of it, but that's just my 1 tick a heat. That's been my biggest downfall. Is I feel like when I do lose, typically, because I am always uber conservative, that I lose by 1 tick a heat.
Yeah.
And it kills.
I see that as a very positive, meaning that, okay, I'm in the right area. I know I'm in the right area. Now I need to I need to figure out why I'm missing it by 1 tick. What's the consistency there? What's the pattern that I'm missing? What is going on with price action that I'm just not quite 100% on board, even though I'm on board with area and usually in direction. I'm just not perfectly on board with entry, and that's what we have to be with. Obviously, with a 1-point stop, we got to get so good at our entries. And today, I mean, we're terrible at them, but that's just price action did what it did today, and can't help it. But this, to me, this last trade was definitely more of the out of the method. It was more high risk just because of all the resistance and the support right there and supply. I honestly felt that based on all them wicks, we were going to get a good rejection. And it just pushed through it and went a little bit higher, and it's just what it is, man. It went to an old area of demand and turned it into supply, and we just got beat, man. It's just what it is. We got beat today. That's part of it, man. It's part of the game.
Oh, it's all good.
Don't beat yourself up about it. It's part of the game, man.
That's why we play.
Oh yeah, remember that 22-0 streak you got going on there?
Right.
Oh, we were so primitive too, man. We didn't have order flow. We had nothing. We were just trading a demo account off just regular live candles. Didn't really even know how to work our charts. Just killing it.
There might be something to that. There might be something to that, man.
He's right.
We were learning. We were like, Soto would email me and be like, "Oh, well, you add a bar timer to it. That makes it better."
We were just young bucks,
Throw in some volume. That helps too.
There you go. Well, maybe y'all be better at just being pure price action with nothing else, and maybe you need to look at going back to that.
Yeah, I really thought, and I guess I may be wrong here, but I thought we did have order flow, Mitchell, didn't we?
I think we got it. Maybe you had it and I didn't, and then I got it later on.
Yeah, because I love order flow. Like, I think about order flow constantly. So.
It does make life better, but today it did not help at all.
Right. Well, it's just,
from an order flow standpoint, Brian was in the best spot on that last trade. I was in a good spot, but it really had to push, and where the trade went to made no sense.
Yeah, just totally disrespected order flow, didn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Man, that's all right, man.
It's weird for a Friday, though. It doesn't normally move like this.
It'll move, but it won't. It usually moves in the afternoon times. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it kind of close out in the afternoon for. Fridays are still pretty good. I mean, we had good movement. We had really good movement here. We got a good range. I mean, if you look at it, really, I mean, we're in a decent range, almost 20-point range there, but it's just not. We just didn't get on it in the right spots. It just didn't act. It just didn't respect them to the tick that we normally see. So it was just kind of one of those Fridays, man, that made good moves. It just didn't respect the normal areas that it respects. Right out of the gate. Kind of went deeper and higher into every zone that we would normally trade out of, and that's just part of it. But I think we'll see some good movement to finish off the week this afternoon. I would like to see that anyway. That's what the auto trader picks that up for us.
Yeah. BK, did you trade 3 times?
I did. I lost. I went 0 for 3, man. I went all 0 for 3.
And Mitchell? How many?
0 for 3, brother.
I'm glad we're the A team over here.
Soto, we needed you today.
Well, I lost 2 out of 3, so.
What did we lose today? 8 points.
We lost 8 points as a team, guys, but we got 1 positive, so that's a net negative 7 points for the day.
Gosh, that's brutal.
Yeah, that kind of hurts, but that's all right.
Hurts a little, but hey, we're still in the positive from when we started, so we're good, guys. We're good. I want to remind you guys that sometimes you have to lose in order to know how winning feels like. So.
There you go.
Apparently, I know how it went.
Did you have
Bryant had the best quote that you need to just post up on your computer, Soto.
What's that?
It says, when you make a touchdown, act like you've been there before.
That's right.
That's it.
Well, that's what I love about the Florida Gators and Alabama is, when we win a game, nobody rushes the field. All these other teams, they win a game against South Dakota Community College and everybody rushes the field. So, relax.
Yeah. So, have you updated the spreadsheet?
I just did. That's why.
That's good because I'm gonna go ahead and pull it in then since we're 0 for 3 today.
Pull it in
and show it to the group. But if you got it updated, that's awesome.
Just did.
All right, good. Let's pull this baby in here so the channel can see it. All right, so let's pull this thing in here. So let's kind of start with this is our live spreadsheet. We're starting with the individual results because if you're a one contract trader and you're a small balance, you should be taking one, either you're lost for the day or you win for the day and exit the market in the live account. You can go to demo, keep trading all you want, but we want to exit after we've either won or lost on a small account. So that's what we show here as individual trading results. The first trade of the day, win or lose, we put on there. And today was another loser. So we've lost twice now in that first trade out of the gate. But okay, we're still up $68 after commissions for the account. So we're still net positive, and that's just what we want to look at. Let it compound, let it grow. And that's what we're doing here. So we're still net 3 for the week, which is good. And that's the goal, is to net 3 for the week. All right, so let's move over to the team play here. Team play is not going to look so good today. Pretty good loss for the day. Team-wise, all 3 of us took a loss. All 3 losses. Soto 1-1. So he went 2 for 3, but Mitchell and myself went 0 for 3 today. So and that's okay. We're going to have days like that. So we show as a team total loss of 8 points, net loss of 7 points, because we had 1 winner there for Soto. Commissions, so a net loss for 396 today, but as a team, still up $279.20. We're still up. So net balance of $1,279. They're still positive. Still a good week, man, out of the gate, guys, for live trading channel. Still a good week there. So good job. But that's we're going to keep this real time, man, so you guys on the channel can see it's not being made up. We're not changing things around to make things look good. We're gonna post this every day. We're gonna update it every day we trade, so you guys can see that what could really happen here, and what to really expect and what's realistic when trading this the way we trade. All right, so that's the spreadsheet. So good job, Soto, of getting that done.
Yeah, buddy. Glad I was able to help.
You definitely did.
Yeah.
Definitely did.
I probably could do it a lot better. I'm not as super skilled at Excel. And this is a little different than Excel. This is Google Documents. In Excel, I can do a little better color coding when the positive or negative, but I guess that's pretty basic. Anyone can read it, so.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Hey, everyone can read this, and we want that to be the case. Just keep things simple. From even as far as that goes, man. Keep it simple. Don't complicate it, because there's a bunch of other things we could track in there, but we're just not going to do it right now. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it simple.
And if you do want a more in-depth chart, you can email mitchell@gmail.com for more information. So feel free to reach out.
Absolutely. And I think Soto's about to start taking on a new set of private students, so if you want to reach out to Soto, you can do that and kind of get a little some
pro bono.
Yeah, one pro bono. That's even better.
Pro bono, I have never done. I have some Jewish in my background. There's no such thing as pro bono in my life.
That's
So you just wanted to do because you love trading so much.
I love trading so much. I want to make some money from it. For free. That's funny. Are you guys in this trade right now? I'm about to jump in here.
No. Yeah, I've already been out, man.
You're already in it?
Yeah.
You're already in the point?
I got 2 points actually. No, of course not.
We're kidding. Just joking.
I've disabled my mouse pad.
That's
good. That was funny.
Yeah, that's wise.
I can click, but nothing happens.
That's funny.
Sometimes you just have to know when to quit.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's called 3 for me, man. I'm out no matter what. I mean, that's as bad as I'm going to let it get is 3 points against me, and so that's just my personal thing. Some people might want to keep trading for all day long, but that's just not it for me, man.
I think that's a good rule to have. Whatever it is, whatever number you decide, stick with it, and you get there and you just walk away.
You want to know what makes me slightly giggle right now is the fact that when Soto said, "Are you in this trade?" it literally turned around and now has gone up eight ticks.
I mean, he controls the market. I don't know why he's going to do that in real time,
I just need to just listen. Whenever he calls something out, I know he's reading those cards.
Oh, man, that's funny. I don't know why he likes to hold out on us like that, do you?
You guys are funny. That's funny, people. Speaking of holding out, so BK, what's the next thing you're going to teach us? What is the other lesson you're going to provide for the group here and for YouTube subscribers?
About the next lesson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna provide on the channel the supply and demand lesson because I've yet to do that. So I need to do that, and I've been saying I need to do that for a couple days now on here, and I just life has been busy. I just hadn't had a chance to do it. So I want to get it in there. Hopefully, I'll have some time just to get it in this weekend.
No problem. I'm just getting constant emails here about what's the next update. So I just want to be sure to let you know we are reading your emails.
Okay.
So, hang in there.
Yeah, well, I'll get that in there for you.
There we go.
Unless you guys want to do the lesson, and then we post it on the channel.
Yeah, I think Metro, are you up for that?
I'm good.
Yeah.
You just I'm schedule's kind of screwy, so whenever you want to do it, let me know.
That'd be good. I think that would be actually great that you guys do that. Y'all know it. Y'all understand it. Y'all can probably explain it better than I can. So I think that would be good. I think that would be good, man. Y'all need to do that. So I'm gonna put the pressure on y'all.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for you to edit it if we need to.
I don't edit anything. You can obviously tell when I make my videos. I ain't worried about making them all pretty. I mean, I'm a real guy. I'm not the best speaker in the world. I stumble all over the place, but it's real. You know, it's not going to be perfectly polished. So
Sure.
I don't edit anything. You know, even on these live streams, I don't edit stuff, man. So if that's what you're looking for is perfect speech and a perfect edited video, then I'm sorry, it's not going to be us. Or at least it's not going to be me. So.
Yes. That sounds good. Yeah, Mitch and I will get together and we'll make something happen here.
Sweet. I like that, man. I like the initiative. Thank you. That'll be good.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy. I'd like to volunteer. You know.
I appreciate all you did.
All you do. Oh, that's funny.
So you guys playing some golf today? What's going on?
No, not today. I thought about it, but I'm not gonna. I got a lot of stuff to do. Ooh, excuse me. I got quite a bit to do around here, and
Take a nap or?
I need to, man. I know it. Man, I'm burning the candle both ends ain't helping me. So.
Yeah. Just the hard life of BK.
Hey, man, it's a busy life, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't sit around all day like you think.
I didn't say you did. I'm just saying.
Any of us has the easier road. It's you, Soto.
Yeah, no responsibilities, no kids, no wife. Man, you're just a single guy living the dream, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that, but
that's funny. Well,
at least I don't have.
I guess we don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. At least I don't have a $40,000 wedding planned ahead of me here. Oh,
Brother, it wasn't quite that much, but it's not far off, I would imagine. But now I quit looking.
Yeah, don't let money ever be an issue to you, my friend. Just, enjoy the moment. Enjoy it.
Enjoy the moment.
Well, after today, I'm gonna have to tell her we're eating fish sticks.
That's right. Yeah.
Sorry, babe. No more roast beef.
Yeah, we're going to finger foods.
Exactly. I lost that today. Lost all the roast beef money.
That's right. That's right. Oh, that's funny.
We got a few minutes here. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen. Even if it does, we're not going to trade.
Yeah, I'm done either way. It don't matter. We'll give it 7 minutes.
You want to wait until 10?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give it 6 more minutes since that's what we got. We just kind of wait through it, and we'll go ahead and give it the full 2 hours so that we commit to it. And so we got 6 minutes to watch this thing play a little bit more. It's looking nice after that pattern was drawn on the chart there. Price is going to go. It looks like it's just going to continue to make its way down there, which is cool. Things look so nice after the fact, don't they? That's what so many people do. So many guys out there will give you this screen and say, oh, we got in here right here. We took couple ticks here of heat, and look at this move we've made. And look at this move. What they do is we could have made 10 points. Look how many points this thing dropped right here, And I mean, it's if we could all be after the fact traders, my goodness, this market wouldn't exist, And It's just not the way. It's just not how it goes. But it always looks good after the fact that we had a pretty good idea what the picture's going to turn out to look like, and it's just a matter of us getting in at the right time of the picture, And today it was just a little struggle. Today we struggled a little bit at that, but that's real. That's real life trading, man. And anybody that says they win all the time, just
they lie
big time, don't they?
Oh God, that's what makes it just so addicting to me, though. As frustrating as it is, the frustration is what fuels it. Because, like I said, we have all today. Yes, we did lose. Maybe on the first trade out of the gate, we lost by maybe 5 ticks. But all the other trades, we were all over it. Which tells me, we know where we're at. Our method works. It gives me more confidence in the method. It just means that, maybe the market was a little off today, or possibly we were just getting a little excited about being movie stars here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. It's a good way to look at it, because that's exactly right. It's a good outcome, good look, and good perception, and we'll just kind of let it do its thing.
There was a net positive. Soto got crosshairs today.
There you go. That's right.
It wasn't a total loss.
By definition, it was. And we're next to 7. But yeah.
Well, by definition, it's not, because you made 1 point. You won a point. So we didn't go 0 for 8. We went 7.
You're
1 for 8.
You're right. I made 1.
We wouldn't have made that without those crosshairs, though.
No.
Was that before the crosshairs or after the crosshairs?
That was right after.
It was literally moments after.
Seconds after I decided,
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Like a sniper.
That is awesome.
I didn't get what you became. And just learn your different tools you use. That alone can probably put me at 95% success rate.
Well, you've got them there, buddy. Now you've got the complete package. You were missing that one piece. I finally revealed it to you.
Okay.
That's the final piece you're missing as far as our tools.
By the way, I'll tell you after we get off the chat about yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
We're just going to tease all of our viewers. There's 50 people sitting around right now just completely antsy over that.
They're going to have to wait. Do you guys also get stopped at the supermarket and get asked questions, or is that just me?
It's just you, brother.
It's probably for different reasons.
I have to wear a disguise. It gets me out of all that.
I just don't leave the house.
That's better. That's what I'm planning to do next year. Just stay in.
There you go. There you go.
That's funny.
But it was a good first week for sure. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think it was a great first week. I mean, we had good, the bad, and the ugly, this week, and we still netted out to the good, so that's always positive, man. But I think it was a good week, man. A lot of conversation going on, a lot of things happening, a lot of real time trades being taken and being talked through and being successful, and obviously you see where we go over on the days, and that's okay, man. That's part of the game, and. But I love it. I thought it was a good first week, So what I'll do is shut this thing down here in about a minute. But I'll also, for anybody interested, I'll end up updating the Auto Trader results after today for the month. So you can look at the channel for that. We'll kind of let the Auto Trader do what it's going to do this afternoon or today, whatever it's doing right now. We'll kind of watch that and see. And
so would it be trading right now?
No, not at this point. Not what I'm seeing here. Most likely, it's not going to be trading. So we don't have it triggered to trade yet. So it's not even starting to look for trades until a few more minutes. It's going to take what's happened here and kind of analyze that, and then at a certain time it'll start looking for the right trade.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we'll update that at the end of the day. or tomorrow, what have you, I'll have an updated on the Auto Trader video on the chat. I mean on the channel. So if anybody's interested in that, we'll see that. But yeah, man. But I think that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and shut her down. It's 11 o'clock. So hey, good day today, even though we lost. But I like the conversation, and it was good for the channel, and it's good for us. Kind of keep ourselves in check here to show that hey, you are going to lose, man. That's part of the game, right? So we got to be very aware of that. So. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you bright and early Monday morning to do it again, huh?
Sounds great.
All right, guys. We will see you later. Bye.